This tribal expert is about to recommend terminating a mother's parental rights, but she's been on the job 1 month, hasn't reviewed the full file, and doesn't know basic fact about the case. This cross-examination is about to get brutal. Let's watch.
Back on record, do we have a representative from the native village of Buckland?
Yes.
Thank you. Your name for the record, please.
Frederica Gavin.
Thank you. And what is your formal title, if you could tell us, please?
ICWA coordinator.
Very good. Would you be the designated qualified expert from the village of Buckland as well as the coordinator?
Yes.
Thank you for confirming that. All right, we have all of our same parties and attorneys that have rejoined us. And I'm glad to see the tribe is here as well. All right, let's begin with a report from Mr. Howard, whenever you're ready.
Your Honor, I don't have an updated report. This was a continuation.
Can you speak up a little, please?
Sorry, I don't have an updated report. This was a continuation, so I did not see the child since the last report I gave.
Okay, would you mind refreshing the record as to how he was doing when you met with him last?
Yes, I was able.
Her, I'm sorry.
Sorry. She was doing pretty well. She was attending some summer camps. She was struggling behaviorally with some of the summer camps. She had some evaluations for autism, but they didn't think that it was autism. And they were really working on getting her medication in the right spot to address some of the behavioral issues she was having. I have not heard of any increased concerns from the foster parents since my last meeting with them. And I believe she's doing well and getting ready for the school year to start. I know from talking with the worker today that she just completed a family trip up north and just working on getting ready for school and getting into that swing of things.
Thank you. All right, Ms. Thomas, I believe we had most of or all of you have testimony from your witnesses. Is that accurate?
Yes, Shadow. The only thing, if the court would like, Ms. Beach did provide a brief memo about any updates since our last hearing. I don't know if it's necessary, if fellow counsel would just stipulate the admission of the report. It really just highlights the contact efforts that Ms. Beach put forward to communicate with Ms. Collier and her attorney.
Yeah, I have no objection to that being here.
No objection.
Very well. The court accepts the stipulation and will receive the court report into the record. It contains the attachment of the case services plan, of course, from Ms. Collier and an email thread consistent with Ms. Thomas's presentation. All right. I believe we had all testimony as well from you, Ms. Sador, is that right?
No, we had, I'm not sure, we had not finished with the ICWA representative, so we had one witness testify.
Did you have any witnesses other than the ICWA witness?
I may not, I just need to hear from the ICWA witness to know for sure. If so, it would be one witness and that's it.
All right. Well, the ICWA coordinator and the expert would have to make a recommendation as to whether or not termination would serve the best interest of the child. So I would prefer that the coordinator be able to listen to all witness testimony before making that determination. So I prefer if your witnesses went first. Do you have anyone else you'd like us to hear from?
I'm not sure she's present via Zoom. The witness would be Rebecca Sullivan, but I guess since we have admitted her updated case services, not case services, but her updated information within the report, if that can be taken into consideration in terms of what's going on. If no one has an objection, that was mainly what I wanted to ask her about is Carla's current status with all of the things, housing, therapy, job, health, mental health, all those things. So I would ask to admit that specifically.
Do you have an exhibit in addition to the court report? Is that what you're saying? Or
it's part, she put it in as part of the Ashley Beach's report.
Part of the email exchange?
Yes. There's one from dated July 3rd from Ms. Sullivan. I have another copy. It's got something on the back, but if Your Honor needs it, I can mark that and have it.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what that is. I recall that one from our last hearing, but there's also an update from Ms. Sullivan within the email exchange that is provided on page 10 of the report, the updated memo that Ms. Beach just submitted. I believe that would be, is that the same? Is that this one?
So let me review what I have. I have a one-page MDHHS 5964 cover letter, followed by the case services plan agency agreement from Ms. Collier, and then an email chain that's 5 pages. So I also have the DHS 69 documenting changeover from Ms. Madrid to Ms. Beach, but that's it for what I have, so.
Correct. It is the same email on page 5 of that. Well, the email threads is at page 5. It states, it starts the page before I sent it to Ms. Beach, and it's from Rebecca Sullivan. It says, as for Carla, I wanted to update you, and then the second page has the updates from her. And that from her was dated July 3rd of this year.
All right, but the email reflects Tuesday, August 12th.
Correct. I'm just clarifying when the email was sent to me was July 3rd, so.
Well, that's not documented really on this page.
Well, I'm happy to admit then, I'd mark and admit the one page when I have that is the original email.
It doesn't matter to me. I just wanted to clarify what I had. Are you moving for the omission of that?
Yes.
Exhibit. I'm sorry?
Sure, yes, I can just admit that one. Is respondents A or 1, whichever you need to do.
Any objections?
I have no objections, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. Tiffany, would you mind passing that up? We've received this. Here's response exhibit A. All right, I do not have anyone under Rebecca Sullivan logged into the Zoom meeting. So I just would like you to confirm one more time, Ms. Sidor, do you have any additional witness testimony for today? No. All right, so that takes us to Ms. Frederica Gavin. I think you'll probably have some questions for this person, Ms. Thomas, if I had to speculate. Ms. Gavin, in your capacity as the expert in this case, I'd like you to have you sworn as a witness. Do you have any reason to object to being sworn?
No.
That begins. Swearing Ms. Frederica Gavin, please.
Please raise your right hand. You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Ms. Gavin, before we subject you to questions, do you have any comments about the case you'd like to make today?
No.
Questions, Ms. Thomas?
Okay. Good morning to you, Ms. Gavin. Thank you for joining us. Ms. Gavin, are you a member of the native Buckland, the native village of, I'm so sorry.
Native
Ms.
Village of
Gavin.
Buckland.
What is your affiliation? Are you affiliated with a tribe?
I am.
And what tribe are you? I'm sorry, what tribe are you affiliated with?
Native Village of Buckland.
And how long have you been a member of that tribe?
About 30 years.
And in your tribe, are you recognized as someone who is knowledgeable in tribal customs?
Yes.
And do you believe that you're knowledgeable as to how those tribal customs pertain to family organization and child-rearing practices?
Yes.
And Ms. Gavin, have you served as an ICWA coordinator in the past?
No.
Okay. Were there any requirements for you to be hired or appointed as an ICWA coordinator for the tribe?
The requirements were just experience.
Can you elaborate a little bit more about what experience?
Experience in working with OCS and understanding the tribal membership process and working with tribal members.
Ms. Gavin, you just used an acronym OCS. Can you tell us what that stands for?
I'm sorry, Office of Children's Services.
And does that mean that you would have experience in working with children who are in foster care?
When we have to deal with OCS and they come to our village, we're present when they have to visit families and be a representative of the tribe, and just more on the protection side of the tribal member.
Thank you. Have you had any training related to being the designated ICWA coordinator for the tribe?
No,
And how long have you served as the ICWA coordinator?
it's only been a month.
Okay. Ms. Gavin, my notes indicate that you've also participated in these proceedings at the very beginning, which would have been about 2 years ago. Do you have any recollection of that?
A little bit. At that time, I was the tribal administrator.
Okay. And how does your role differ now as the ICWA coordinator from the tribal administrator?
I'm more involved with the tribal members.
Okay. Have you had the opportunity to review the case file related to the subject minor?
Yes.
And in your opinion, do you believe that continued custody of the child or returned custody of the child to the respondent parent, Ms. Carla Collier, would result in the child being seriously, emotionally, or physically damaged?
And I'm sorry, I'm going to object. She hasn't had her qualified as an expert. I'm not objecting that she would be an expert, but I would ask you to qualify her before you ask her.
I don't think that it's on the department to qualify the tribal expert. If the tribe has produced an expert that meets their expectations of expertise as it relates to their tribe and their
I wasn't
customs.
clear from her testimony if I understand the question was asked and a yes was given. I just want to clarify for my client, I'm doing my job to make sure that she's allowed to give expert testimony at this point. So.
Do you have any objections to her being the expert for the tribe?
If I could, before that question is asked, yes, if I could hear her on some questions about what she's reviewed before she makes that opinion.
Objection?
Your Honor, just brief, I don't have an objection to that at all. I just want to briefly highlight that the applicable statute is MCL 712B.17 subsection 1, in which there are two categories of individuals, and it is provided in an order of preference as who can testify as a qualified expert witness. The first definition is a member of the Indian Child's Tribe or a witness approved by the Indian Child's Tribe, who is recognized by the tribal community as knowledgeable in tribal customs and how the tribal customs pertain to family organization and child rearing practices. And then second, in order of preference, would be a person with knowledge, skill, experience, training, or education who can speak to the Indian Child's Tribe and its customs and how the tribal customs pertain to family organization and child rearing practices. And so I believe that my hope was that the court would recognize that Ms. Gavin is a member of the Indian Child's Tribe, and as a member for 30 years would be recognized and appointed as an ICWA coordinator, would be recognized by the tribal community as knowledgeable in tribal customs and how they pertain to family systems and child rearing practices.
All right. Thank you for that guidance. Specifically, So I maintain then, Ms. Sador, that this is a person who has been offered up by the tribe as their expert, and the court will certainly recognize that. I think at this point, your request of voir dire would be better suited to cross-examination.
Ms. Gabbard, with Ms. Sador's commentary in mind, though, I think it is a good question to ask. When you reviewed the case file, in your case file, what did you read? What types of documents?
I reviewed the latest status of the child, that she's still in foster care, and read upon the medical section, and also the progress of mom.
I'm sorry, the what? I didn't hear that last
Progress.
part.
Progress of mom, is that what you said?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. And did you have an opportunity to review any prior court reports or documents pertaining to the family over the last 2 years?
I didn't go that far.
Okay. All right. Do you believe that you've reviewed enough information from the case file that you are ready to make a recommendation about the child's needs as relates to tribal expectations?
I believe I've read enough.
Okay. And based on your review of the record that you've had opportunity to look at, do you believe that if the court were to return the child to Ms. Collier, that it would result in serious emotional or physical damage to the child?
Yes.
And can you briefly elaborate as to why that would be your opinion at this time?
Wait. She just said mom isn't participating in medical care, but doesn't know the court suspended mom's rights to see the child. She literally can't participate. The defense is about to expose how little she actually knows. Watch this.
From the reports that I read, housing is not stable. And from the medical standpoint, she needs to be taken care of with her medication and all that.
And currently, I guess from the tribe's perspective, how long would you anticipate a parent living in one place, even if it's just one general location, to make a determination that that person is now having stable housing or a stable life?
I would believe about 6 months.
Okay. What other elements of stability would you, or did you consider?
On the medical side, I believe that she needs more participation in the doctor visits and any kind of special needs programs.
Can we just clarify when she says she needs, who is she referring to? There's the child, the mother, it's unclear.
Mom.
Ms. Gavin, are you? So, Ms. Gavin, I just want to follow up on that. Your testimony is that mom's medical attention needs to be addressed, or mom's medical needs need to be addressed, or that the child's medical needs need to be addressed consistently, and mom needs to be more active in that participation.
Mom needs to be more active.
Based on tribal customs and child rearing practices, Why does, or how does instability, I guess, translate to tribal practices? And why is it important that this child have that stability?
Repeat that again.
Through the tribal lens, why would it be important for the child to have stability and have ongoing medical treatment and ensuring that the caregiver is following through with those things? Why, what tribal customs or child rearing practices does that speak to? Can you make that connection for us?
In our village, we all take care of each other's, and I don't know very much about city life, and taking care of a child means taking the responsibility to make sure things are taken care of, medical, nurturing. That's our belief.
And does the tribe value parenting that presents information in a way that's child appropriate and doesn't instill fear, or I'll just stop there. It doesn't instill fear in the child?
I'm not understanding you.
Based on tribal values, does the tribe believe that parents should raise their children in a way that promotes safety rather than fear?
Safety would be our concern.
Okay. And what are some values that the tribe has to ensure children are safe?
In our community, we are really small, and like, we all take care of each other's. We see something wrong, we're so close knit, we call parents to notify of something going on. I don't know how else to explain that.
Does the tribe value kindness and gentleness in parenting?
Yes.
Does it value honesty?
Yes.
Does it value consistency?
Yes.
Other than moms, what you've seen as moms in stable housing, are there any other concerns that you believe would pose a risk to the child's emotional state or her physical state?
I don't have no other comment.
And at this point in time, do you think that it would be in the child's best interest for the mother's rights to be terminated and for her to be adopted, and potentially by her current foster care givers?
From the record of participation that I read, I believe that she is in a better place, and that the attention that she's receiving emotionally, medically, I would say yes.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Gavin. I don't have any further questions for you, but if you have other attorneys, so okay. Thank you.
Ms. Dorr? don't know.
I'd like you to go next.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you. Hello, Ms. Gavin.
Hello.
I'm the attorney for Carla Collier in this matter. Can you please clarify the dates of the updates that you said you read before coming to your conclusions? Was it just one report and what date that was reported?
I kind of browsed through the whole file, just here and there, and then the last comments of participation. I don't have the file in front of me right now.
Okay. Who gave you the file that you were reviewing?
It was in the file where the previous ICWA coordinator kept cases.
Okay. Can you tell me if you read the original petition?
You mean the records from the beginning of the case?
The original petition to remove the child initially, yes.
When the case first started as the administrator, I reviewed that.
Okay. Have you reviewed the amended petition supplementing that?
I believe I did.
Are you sure if you did or if you didn't?
I'm not sure.
Okay. All right. So are you aware of what the reason was for the child being removed? What the allegations were?
Yes.
And what were those?
Lack of housing, the medical instability.
And that's it?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know when the child was removed from her mother's care?
I would have to look at that file.
Do you know approximately how long it has been since the child has been removed from her mother's care?
I believe a couple of years.
Do you have nothing more substantial than that? A couple of years
No.
is the best guess? Okay. Do you know when mother's rights to visit with her child were suspended by the court?
No.
Okay. You testified that mom needs to be more participating in the child's medical care and things like that, correct?
Yes.
Would it change your opinion if you knew that she wasn't allowed to participate in those things with her child at this time due to the court?
Yes.
Okay, how would that affect your opinion?
Well, if I didn't have very much time to review it, I'm sorry. But if she were participating in her rights to see the child, that would change my view.
Okay. Do you know where Carla Collier, mom, where she lives at currently? What state?
No.
So if you learned that Carla Collier is currently living in Alaska and has been living in Alaska for the past several months, would that change your opinion about where the child would be best?
I don't know. I can't answer that.
Okay. If you knew that Ms. Collier was in a place where she could let the child visit with native tribes of Alaska, including possibly the village of Buckland, but also in general in the Alaska area versus here in Michigan, would that change your opinion about where is best for the child?
If there was documentation stating that she was participating with the child, I believe so.
And do you know where the child is living now, other than with foster parents? Do you actually know anything about her current placement?
I have a little idea, but I can't say the state right now or.
Okay. So you don't know what state they're in?
Without looking at the file, I can't say that.
Okay. Do you know how much or if any interaction has gone on from the tribe in Buckland or from Mr. Washington, Joe Washington, who was previously involved in the case, regarding any kind of cultural sharing and things like that with the child and her foster family?
I don't know.
When you say that the medical needs of the child are important for the mother to be involved in, which medical needs specifically are those?
The seizure disorder, and well checkups is my opinion.
Are you aware that Mom, Ms. Collier, now has been living in the same apartment in Alaska since at least 5 months ago, if not before that?
I wasn't aware.
Okay, does that change your opinion?
My opinion is that she needs to be involved with the child.
Right, but I just asked you that you said that it would be different if you knew that she wasn't allowed to be directly involved with her child by the court, correct? I guess my question to you is, if Mom is not allowed to visit the child, to call the child, to have any video conferencing with the child, and Mom does not live in the same city as the child and the foster family, does that change your opinion about Mom's behavior that caused you to say that you think it's in the child's best interest to keep her away?
I don't want to answer that because I need to see the reasons why she was not allowed.
You don't know the reasons why the court suspended her parenting time. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. Are you aware of, just one moment. Do you know the child's biological father?
I've read the name.
Is he also a member of your tribe?
No.
How is Uta then a member of your tribe?
From descendancy?
Through which line, Mom or Dad?
Dad?
Does he have direct ties to the village of Buckland?
Descendancy? He's eligible to enroll?
Okay. Have you ever spoken with him before?
No.
Are you aware that he gave up his parental rights voluntarily?
Yes.
Have you discussed anything to do with Uta Collier or Carla Collier with anybody within the Buckland, Native Village of Buckland community who may be a relative of the child's father?
No.
Okay. If you learned that the mother is now involved with some therapy for herself and to help her become a better parent, would that, and she's been doing that for a while, would that change your opinion about the child's best interest?
Yes.
Okay. In what way would it change it?
If she's doing whatever it takes to be involved with the child and to have her rights.
Okay. You testified that it's your opinion that the child would be, if the child was returned to Ms. Collier, that she would likely suffer serious emotional and physical damage or harm. Is that your testimony from earlier?
Yeah.
Okay. What specific emotional or physical danger and harm are you referring to? Or what are you basing that on?
I'm thinking that the medical, taking care of the child with the disorders that the child has, the involvement is not there. The child needs to be taken care of medically.
Correct. If you heard that mother has always taken care of the child medically, with the exception of one noted example within the possible file record from a whole other state from years ago, would that affect your opinion?
Say that again.
If you were made aware that the mother had been taking care of her child's medically, her seizure disorder, giving her the medication, having the medication on hand with the exception of one documented time when that is alleged not to have happened, would that change your opinion?
It's falling apart. She can't tell us what she reviewed, doesn't know mom has had stable housing for 5 months, and admits her opinion would change if she knew the facts. But she doesn't. This is a termination case, and she doesn't know the basics.
If there was more documentation to show it, I think that would change my opinion.
And did you hear the testimony of Carla Collier during the proceedings of this case at all in the last 3-4 months?
No, I've just become the coordinator, so.
Right, I understand. I'm not trying to blame you. I just need to get these legal issues out there, okay? Can you even tell me what you have reviewed regarding exactly what it is that you're referring to when you say mom isn't participating enough?
The latest reports of her involvement.
Dated when?
I
Dated
can't
when?
tell you that. I don't have
Do you
the
know how
file.
many you've read?
Probably the couple.
Probably a couple. Does that mean probably 2?
I saw the report of where they would try to contact her, and she wasn't able
And what
to be
date
contacted.
what date would that be from? Do you know?
I don't have the file in front of me, so I can't tell you that. I'm sorry.
Okay. Are you aware of any physical charges regarding anybody with Carla against the child in any way? Any child abuse charges? Okay. Are you aware of any proven allegations of actual abuse by Carla to the child?
No.
Are you aware that Carla left the area where the child is in foster care due to her own concerns for her health and safety that are separate from the child?
No.
Are you aware that Carla Collier had lived in Alaska previously?
I am aware that she lived in Alaska previously.
And are you aware that she had dated people from the Alaskan native village of Buckland tribe, including Uta's father?
I know that she dated Uta's father. That's all I know.
Are you aware that she is aware of cultural significance of the Alaskan native village of Buckland tribe and their culture and the things that they do? For example, she's gone on caribou hunts before herself. Did you know that?
No.
Okay. Do those things change your opinion of what mother's ability to parent this child will be?
No.
And why not?
What does hunting a caribou have to do with raising a child?
it is something that you are supposed to be reviewing as the representative of the tribe for the ICWA coordinator. Has to do with the reason that the prosecutor asked you all those questions about your familiarity with the cultural norms of the tribe. That's the same kind of thing that I'm trying to ask you about. Is it better, in your opinion, for the child who is of Native descent and is registered with the Native tribe of Buckland? Is it better for her to be involved in someone's, with a parent who has knowledge of Buckland's background and their culture and their history than to not?
I don't believe who she dates or whether they're of our culture. It's, I believe in I can't put it into words. I believe taking care of the child is what matters.
That didn't really answer my question. Are you aware that Ms. Collier made all of her parenting time visits when she was allowed visits with the child after the child was removed and before they stopped her visits? That she made those visits?
I'm going to object to that question because it's factually inaccurate.
That she made I'm sorry, I will restate. That she made the majority of the parenting time visits with her child, that she did do that until her parental rights, up until that time. That they took away her ability to visit the child.
Yes.
Okay, so that goes to the mom's participation, does it not?
Yeah.
So that should go in her favor in your book, should it not?
Yes.
Okay, and the fact that mom didn't have housing when the child was removed or soon thereafter, that being a long time ago, compared to her having the same stable housing that she can continue to have from at least January or late January of 2025 forward in Alaska, doesn't that go for the mother in your book in terms of what you think that is important for a child?
I didn't know that she had stable housing.
Okay, well, again, if all you've read, you can't even tell us what it is that you specifically reviewed, it's very hard to believe your opinion has a lot of weight behind it, other than what you've been told to respond.
Your Honor, I'm going to object to this line of, that wasn't even a question, that was argumentative in general. I mean, at this point, I believe that Mr. Doerr's presentation or conduct towards the witness is becoming hostile, and I would ask the court to instruct Mr. Doerr accordingly.
Would you like to respond?
Yes, I don't believe in becoming hostile. I am asking valid questions of an expert witness about things that she can't tell us about because we don't know what she's reviewed. It's not on the record what she has reviewed. We don't know how much information from before this last report, if that's the report she's referring to, that she did review. And I don't think it's appropriate to have a witness who is unaware of the actual factual situation go with what the other side tells her is going on as what's happening, and that being the only thing that should make her expert opinion.
Mr. Doerr, that's a perfect example of an argument, as was your last comment or argument to the witness. So I will ask you to simply ask questions of Ms. Gavin and not argue or preview your arguments for us by way of your cross-examination.
Thank you. Ms. Gavin, did you review the psychological evaluation that was done of Ms. Collier throughout this case?
No.
Did you review the updates from a person named Rebecca Sullivan from Love Alaska program regarding Ms. Collier?
No.
Did you review the child's trauma assessment?
No.
If you were made aware that the child's trauma assessment stated that one of her strengths was attachment relationships, would that affect your opinion about this case?
If I reviewed it, it depends on what it said. I can't, without reviewing it, I don't want to make a statement.
Just one moment. Just one moment, Judge. I'm trying to find the relevant portion. So you don't have any paperwork before you that you could look at right now, is that right? Ms. Gavin?
No.
Okay. Judge, I don't know how best to do this. I would like to have her refer to what it says in the child's report about her attachment situation to help form her real opinion of what is best for the child, and she doesn't have that before her.
I don't know, Ms. Sador, this is your cross-examination.
It's part of the record, though, Judge, and she's supposed to have reviewed the record.
Well, I cannot instruct you on how best to navigate what you're trying to do without giving you legal advice. So you're welcome to take a moment to try to figure that out. And I'm not going to instruct you on how to do that.
Thank you. Can I have a 5-minute recess, please?
Any objections?
No,
Your Honor. Take a brief recess. Thank you for your patience, Ms. Gavin, and to all of our
Recess called. The expert never reviewed psych evals, trauma assessments, or progress reports. She admitted she'd change her opinion if she knew the facts. Should experts be required to review everything before recommending termination? Drop your thoughts below.